Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, my beautiful people. It is your boy Reverend JB back with another battle plan for success. Now, today's battle plan is called Knowing What You Know. Today, we are going to discuss a very powerful word when it comes to hot dog, knowing what you need to get yourself together with the living Father. We're going to talk about the word know. Not N-O, but we're going to talk about K-N-O-W. K-N-O-W. The word know is about knowledge. And here's the best thing about the word know before we get into today's battle plan. If you know what you know, then every move that you make is concise, is precise, and it's on point. And if you're moving towards what you know to be right, then guess what, my beautiful people? Then you should, then by you moving in the right direction, you already know that everything's gonna be all right. Sooner or later, it's gonna flow like you need to flow. It's gonna rock like you need to rock, and it's gonna twist and turn like every which way there is. Here's the phrase I want you to write down and keep with you today. Giselle, I hope that thing got a note taker on it. Here's what I want you to write down today. Nobody can stop me from achieving if I know what I'm doing. Nobody can stop me from achieving if I know what I'm doing. Let me elaborate, my beautiful people. Sometimes in life, things and we don't even fully know all the full spectrums and the full details of the situation. Sometimes we get over eager. We become eager beavers, and I'm guilty of this myself. I get so excited about something, so jacked up on something, hot dog. First thing I want to do is I want to go straight for the good though. I wants to get it done. I wants to get in there and get the feeling good. I want to get in there and hot dog just tear some and then put it all back together. That's just like this basement remodel we got coming up here. Yes, buddy. Here at Jesus Christ Soldier Ministry. Yes, baby. Check it out. There's nothing about sheetrock that I don't know. But one of the things I've had to figure out, and I've spent all morning and all day, most of yesterday figuring out, was how to close in the ductwork and give me a nice, clean, and precise look. Because in order for you to know something, you must first seek knowledge. That's right. Knowledge, Gianni. You got to seek knowledge. Write this down. Without knowledge, I will never succeed in my overall plan. Matter of fact, let's look up the definition of the word knowledge. Hey Siri, what is the definition of the word knowledge?
Okay, I found this on the web, but what is the definition of the word knowledge? Check it out.
Why can't you do like Google and just tell me what the definition is? Why I got to click on something? Why can't you just tell me what knowledge means? By George. The definition of the word knowledge is this, my beautiful people. The psychological result of preparation and learning and reasoning. Check this out. It's the psychological result of preparation and learning and reasoning. Now let's look at this real quick. Let's first look at that word preparation. In order for you to know something, you must first prepare yourself to know about that particular situation. This is when you go to the internet. This is when you go talk. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, don't go talk to everybody. I learned this recently, especially if you're in a relationship. The only person that you should really be talking to is the living Father about the preparation of how to save your marriage, how to save your relationship, how to make money. See, for all you broke niggas that's sitting at home right now and y'all want to know how to make money, go pick up a book and prepare yourself. Put the preparation in to achieve and obtain the money. If you want a new car, then you got to go and you got to figure out what your credit score is and what you can get approved for by the bank. Nobody wants to go in the game half-cocked. Nobody wants to go in the game unprepared. So this brings me to this question. Write this down. Why do I go through life without a plan, and without a strategy, and without a means of preparation to achieve my goal. I'm going to repeat the question. Why do we go in life looking to achieve and don't have a plan or a strategy or no form of preparation? We think that it's just supposed to be brought to us. My beautiful people, the word tells us, and I'm going to reiterate this over and over and over again until I drill it in your head. Faith without work is dead. So in other words, if you ain't out there trying to get it, you ain't gonna never know it. You ain't gonna never achieve it. You ain't gonna never get it. While you run around being envious of somebody else, you are now sitting there trying to figure out why or are you envious. You were envious because that person knows something that you didn't know, so therefore they was able to obtain. Let me give you the best example of somebody who knew what their purpose was and knew what they had to do. There's several, but we only gonna talk about two today. First one we're going to talk about is Jesus Christ, the man, Jesus Christ. Jesus knew from a very young age, I don't care what the Bible tell you, because the Bible will tell you that Jesus didn't come into situations and been aware of who he was and who his father was without before he turned 30. No, my beautiful people, Jesus always knew what his mission was and what his purpose was and what it was he had to do. So therefore, when he came to opposition, he was able to pick up his cross and carry his load because he knew what he was doing it for. He knew why it had to be done. And sometimes, my beautiful people, you must know, you must understand, and you must realize why you're doing what you do. If you run around here and you don't know why you're doing what you're doing, and you don't have and you don't stand secure in why you're doing what you're doing and the moves you are making, then you are bound to be tricked and fooled by everybody. Which brings me to my next point. My beautiful people, you have to know that when you go out to do something, because the key phrase right there is preparation. You have to know. You have to prepare yourself for the battle at hand. And that's real hard to do. Because some people sit there and tell you, read the Bible, pray a lot. Jesus will just give you the answer. Yes, Jesus will give you the answer. But first, you got to make that first step. Matter of fact, let's just see. Let's go to the toolbox and let's see what the toolbox says about the word no, or knowing, I should say.
That's really long. And now that is.
Now see, I just went to Google and I just typed in knowing God's will.
I said that I ate food.
Okay, that's not giving me what I want. So let's just make some adjustments to this here. I told y'all for this next series of battle plans, it's going to be on the fly. It's going to be as we go live and in color. That way you know it's 110% real. You know I'm not letting my own judgments be a part of this. Like prime example, here's a wonderful example from the scripture of why Jesus was able to do what he do and how he was able to make the moves and heal people. Listen to what he says. He says, Jesus said to him, I am the way, I am the truth, and I am the light. Truth, and I am the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. See, this is the main point I want to make here today, is knowing your purpose, my beautiful people. Knowing your purpose. Knowing what it is you want out of life. Knowing what it is you want to achieve. Knowing how you want to get there. And all this can be executed with a wonderful thing called preparation. Because you figure out what it is you want to do. Then you figure out what you need to do what you need to do. That's just like a carpenter or a handyman or a concrete man. A concrete person knows what kind of concrete is on the market. A concrete artist, because it truly is an art, figures out which way the concrete is going to go, what the form is going to look like. See, that's the form of the concrete. The form of the concrete is setting up the foundation and the structure. And so many of us walk around life right now without any foundation and structure because we are just running by the seats of our pants. We are being motivated by our hearts. Write this down, my beautiful people. I don't want to be led by my heart anymore. I should be led by knowledge and wisdom. Write this down. If I'm led by my heart and my emotions, they are unstable. I am bound to stumble and fall. See, some of us run around here, including myself, are emotionally driven people because we are creative people. And everything that we do is based on how we feel. We ain't happy with life because we don't feel happy. We ain't happy or satisfied with what the good Lord gave us because we don't necessarily know why the good Lord put everything into our perspective. Before I got to preaching and I prayed, and I said, Jesus, what is it you want me to really stress on? And he said this. He said, Jonathan, look at it like this. He said, if people knew what was about to happen, there wouldn't be no need to live life. Because in order to know something, write this down, my beautiful people, is going head first into the unknown. Doing what needs to be done. Not being afraid to try something new. Because all the great things in this world today came from somebody who decided they wanted to do something. But let's go back to the definition of no, because I really want to drive this home for you. I really want to just help you out here. I just want to give you this. Lord, I clicked things so fast, I didn't even realize it. Let's look at that next part. Let's look at the phrase learning. Now, the word learning is all about education. Like, prime example. If there's anybody watching this broadcast now or later on, and you want to sit there and you want to figure out how to do something, it is better for you to go out there and learn. Teach yourself. Go take advantage of the resources that we have today. Because, see, I've always known what I wanted out of life. That was to be a preacher. That was to be a contractor. So now the church has a handyman service that does community outreach at a discounted rate for all who call. Jesus Christ Social Ministries. I wanted to be a father, and as you can see, I got beautiful kids behind me. Now, let me be clear. When it came to being a father, I had to learn how to be a father. I was a very selfish, angry, and arrogant person. I'm gonna just give y'all straight up truth. There was many times where I just became a father and I thought I knew it all. I thought I had it all figured out because of the way I was raised. And see, this is what knowing comes in at. This is what knowledge and learning comes in at. I learned that I wasn't necessarily raised the right way. I was raised with more hurt and bitter and angry and anger than I was with love, happiness, and joy. I was raised to manipulate the situation to benefit my good. Here's the great thing I want you to understand about manipulation in situations in life. When you go to manipulate and bend something and you think you're going to get ahead of it because you look good, you got good deeds, you got good, you got good sex, or you got a whole lot of money, or you got fancy cars, fancy clothes, fancy houses, all that there. Let me tell you something, my beautiful people. None of that matters. Because as soon as you buy it, it depreciates in value. You can never get for something what you spent on it unless you go purchase a gold bar. And most of those are locked up by the Federal Reserve of this country. But see, if I didn't change my ways and I didn't teach myself and I didn't learn and I didn't become a better person, then trust and tell me, my beautiful people, I wouldn't be able to sit here before you today and have my family in the background. I ain't always been the best man either. I've had my faults. I've had my pitfalls. Over time. See, that's the one thing I want you to understand about learning. Learning is a timed evolution. It takes time. You can't just learn something overnight. That's just like with your walk with Christ. You can't just get to the promised land with Jesus just because you quote unquote got saved 2 weeks before. The Lord is not going to just magically rearrange your life in the blink of an eye, because there has to be some form of an effort. The last thing I'm going to talk about today is I'm going to talk about the word effort, and I'm going to talk about willpower, which we'll talk about next week. But the main thing I want to stress about effort and willpower is this. It's all about you. The reason why I stopped giving you so many Bible verses and telling you what the Bible says, because let's be clear, let's be honest. We've all read it. We all know it. We know it 1,001 times. I'm telling you now how to take that knowledge that you learned in the Bible in this whole series and everything that you learned in the Bible and apply it to your everyday life. That's just like Jesus said, I am the way. No man can come to the Father unless they come through me. You understand what I'm saying? He knew what it was he was sent to do. And because he was sent to do it, my beautiful people, he knew exactly what his destination was. He knew exactly what his end result was. Jesus had the ability to know something that we don't know, and he still knows to this day, is he knows the beginning, the middle, and the end. Life for us is the journey to get to the end of this thing we call life and move on into transition. You have to have the effort. You have to have the drive. You have to have the willpower to get up and do something. You have to have the drive and the willpower, and more importantly, the desire to want to learn, to have a relationship with Jesus. Jesus just ain't gonna give you one. Okay? All people are saved. Everybody's saved. Everybody has a ticket into the kingdom of heaven. The question is, how are you going to live in this phase of your life? How are you going to live in this situation? Because, see, I know how I wanted to live. And I've set my life up according to the will of God and what I wanted out of life. I wanted a family. Got that. Wanted a house. Had my fifth one by the time I was 30. You understand what I'm saying? I wanted a van so that I could do what I needed to do, and my father blessed me with a van. See, these are all things that the good Lord has given me because I've got up off my ass and I decided to go do something. And I increased my walk with Jesus because I was obedient. I was on the ones with him. I was straight up and I was honest with him. When I did lines of cocaine, I told Jesus. When I got drunk, I talked to Jesus. When I was running around here, doing things to myself that something I shouldn't, but what the hell ever, I took it all and I gave it to Jesus. I took all my problems, all my issues, and all my things that were wrong with me, and I gave them to Jesus, and I knew that he was going to take care of them because of the promise that he said. He died so that God, this one promise that God said could be fulfilled. God said, don't worry about what you're going to eat or what you're going to drink or where you're going to go and how you're going to live. Seek me, and everything that I have should be given unto you. Because here's what I know. Every idea that man has today, whether it be a TV, a television, a t-shirt, a shower curtain, a toy, whatever it may be, my beautiful people, Jesus gave somebody the idea. Now, I've been talking entirely too long. We're going to go in 20 minutes. I was trying to cut it off at 15. But let me do a quick recap. In order for you to achieve, you must first have the will. You must first have the effort to get up. Once you have the effort to get up, you must then take on preparations to accomplish whatever it is you're trying to do in life. I got to keep this generic because everybody don't think like me. Everybody don't flow like me. And the main way you're going to do that there is, like I always say, you got to talk to Jesus. You got to talk to the living Father. The only way to get to the living Father, aka God, is to go through Jesus. So say, in the name of Jesus, I come to you in prayer, Lord, this is what I want to do. The next step, once you do that, now the Lord is going to start giving you the tools and the things that you need to be prepared. He's going to tell you to start putting people out your life and do things a different way. You got to be willing to do it that way. Or trust and believe, and this much I do know. If you allow yourself to be wrapped up in the ways of this world, and you allow yourself to be wrapped up into the material objects of this world, and you don't put God first, and you don't put the living Father first, and you don't function, and you don't walk, and you don't do what you believe to be right by your own, what I call your God compass, your God GPS, by your conscience that the good Lord gave you, you are going to live a miserable life. Here's the last thing I want to say. At the end of the day, you may think you know it all, and you may think you know everything there's to know in this world. But trust me when I tell you, my beautiful people, you don't know everything. And what you know now is not necessarily the truth. It's just the truth in what the enemy wanted you to see. Know this: Satan, Lucifer, whatever you want to call it, will take something that is simple and it is, and he will twist it and he will make it to where you believe it to be true when it's completely false, and you want to achieve the goals that you need to achieve. Let me say that for you one more time. Lucifer, Satan, whatever you want to call it, will literally take one small detail of something good, holy, and twist it and make it completely wrong.
Yeah.
True story, true testimony. I myself am a very paranoid person because I've been abused. I've been beat. I've been mistreated. So I walk around 90% of the time with my guard up because I always think that somebody's out to get me. Because I refuse to allow anybody to hurt me. I didn't know no better. Therefore, I lived a life of solitude. I lived a life of negativity. I lived a life dedicated and driven by fear. And when I was living that life, I couldn't achieve nothing that I wanted to achieve. Because I was playing in the arena in which Satan rolls in. And he rolls in the arena of confusion. He rolls in the arena of fear. He rolls in the arena of lack. He rolls in the arena of pissed offness. He rolls in the arena of I can do whatever I want because it's my mouth and it's my opinion. And I can live my life however I want. No, my beautiful people, understand this. There's rules and regulations. God said this. Jesus said this in the book of Matthew in the 2nd chapter at the bottom of the page. He said, and I quote, I didn't come to set you free. I didn't come to abolish the law. I came to set you free from the law. In other words, the rules and regulations of man still exist. So you can't run around and lie, cheat, and steal and think you're going to be able to get away with it and get ahead in life. You'll win for a little while, but you won't win forever. If you allow yourself to take in negativity and you allow yourself to feed your eyes, mind, body, and soul with other things that you deem to be more important in your relationship with Jesus Christ and the living Father, then everything else in this world is going to be more important. And you're never going to get 110% happy. You're going to have a house full of nice shit and nobody to share it with. You're going to have a nice car that's going to sit in the garage. Because Satan going to give you money. He going to give you power. And he going to give you the false illusion of respect. But at the end of the day, my beautiful people, I just want you to know, because this will probably be my last message for a while. A very long time. A very, very long time. I think I'm going to have to put this down for a while. But at the end of the day, my beautiful people, I want you to understand something. I'm not sitting here telling you something that I've not done myself. You can reach me. You can call me, you can email me, you can do whatever, and I'll be more than happy to sit down with you and have a conversation and tell you how I got here. If you see me out in the streets and you want to know something, just walk up to me and ask me. Don't walk up to me with a mean mug, though, because you might catch nothing into my 45. But at the end of the day, my beautiful people, remember, prepare, get ready, and have the willpower to get up and go. Get up and do. Get up and achieve. Get up and accomplish. Because you can do all things through the one who strengthens you. And your strength, just like your life, comes from the living Father. The church will convince you of this otherwise. The church will tell you that no, you got to live this way, you got to talk this way, you got to dress this way, you got to act this way, you got to do this, that, the third. No, my beautiful people, that's all bullshit. Okay, it's bullshit. God has forgiven you. Jesus has already died for you. So my only question to you, and I'm going to repeat it again, and then I'm out for the day, is this. How do you want to live your life? Do you want to continue to live your life in a state of unknowing and confusion and can't figure out why shit's happening to you? Or you want to live a life of knowing, of achieving, and accomplishments, and a victory, and of joy? All right, my beautiful people. I'm out today. I'll see y'all when I see you next time. Much love, always and forever. Did you have a question, Giselle?
No.
All right. I'll talk to y'all later.